You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
Most writers and radio show hosts know that to connect with your fans, you need to do more than just write books or record the latest podcasts. There are many different elements that go into forming an online platform, but there are also many hidden traps. To make matters worse, solid advice on how to survive the muddy waters is scarce. In the book Hidden Traps, I talk about some of the important issues of working with an online platform, highlighting traps that could put your physical or internet security at risk or be harmful to your reputation. Are your social media posts just links with a few disjointed words, making you look like someone who can't complete a sentence? Did your new website cost you more than you anticipated? Are you leaking your personal contact details across the web without even knowing it? Then you need Hidden Traps. Although Hidden Traps is not officially released until August 1st, you can pre-order your paperback or ebook copy now from a variety of retailers, including Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Kobo. Visit blackwolfpublications.com for more details.
Here's George Foreman with InventHelp.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp has been helping inventors for more than 30 years and has sales offices nationwide. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas. If you have an idea and want to try to patent it and submit it to companies, you should call InventHelp today for free information.
Listen, I can't guarantee a company will be interested in your idea, but I believe every inventor deserves the opportunity to step into the ring and take their best shot. Put InventHelp in your corner.
To get your free inventor's information, call 1-800-353-6490. That's 1-800-353-6490. Again, 1-800-353-6490.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
This is Slickery Trigger for Rebel Road Tactical. With proper care and feeding, your pistol will be ready when you need it. There to save your life. Shouldn't your gear be that good? Whether you need a holster for comfortable everyday carry or a tough-as-nails holster for your next training course, Rebel Road Tactical has what you need. Check us out on the web at rebelroadtactical.com.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-553-8687. That's 800-553-8687. Again, 800-553-8687. 8687.
You're listening to the Spark Radio Network. Radio like you've never heard before. Innovation, creativity, and imagination are all said to begin with a spark. So fasten your seatbelt and take the ride of your life and listen for the spark.
Hello, America. We are about 90 seconds away from showtime. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. We're coming to you live from the KLRN.com radio studios. And that's right, I actually had to take a few days off this week, which is why I may seem a little more pumped than usual tonight. I don't like having to take time away from you guys, but it's kind of hard to talk for a living when everything you do revolves around talking and you have a chipped tooth, an exposed nerve, and Obamacare has messed up your health care. But you've heard me rant about that before, so without further ado, let's get this first little bit of commercial out of the way. We'll be right back here in about 60 seconds. Don't go away. Everyone loves liberty. Our rights come from God, not the government. So why are you letting other people tell you what's best for your health care? Exercise your freedom with Liberty Health Share. Liberty Health Share is a community of people who voluntarily share one another's medical costs. Liberty Health Share is founded on the idea that most people truly want to help one another. Healthcare sharing allows members to do just that as a true community that supports one another in times of need. Liberty believes people should make decisions for themselves and their families. Members are able to take back the freedom to make their own decisions about their health care. Freedom from guilt or doubt about how your money is used. You have the freedom to direct your health care, not to be dictated to by bureaucrats. Stop letting others tell you what to do and join a community of like-minded people. Exercise your freedom. Join Liberty Health Share and take back the control of your health care while helping those around you. Call Liberty at 855-58-LIBERTY. Again, that's 855-58-LIBERTY for more information, or you can check them out at libertyhealthshare.org. Again, that's libertyhealthshare.org.
Keep on doing what you do, Rick. You're my favorite host. Favorite host.
This freedom is anything but free. What we have here depends on those who will fight for what they believe. When we stand together, there's nothing that we can't achieve. This nation of people one in the name of liberty.
Well, hello, America. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. We're coming to you live from KLRNradio.com, where usually we do this thing every Monday through Thursday from 11 p.m. Eastern till about midnight-ish. And, well, we're going to kick off the show tonight. And the title of the show, because I didn't even have any idea where to start because there's been so much in the news because I've taken a few days off, I Can't Even. So let's start off, because Ron in the chat, first thing he asked me is, you can't even what? Well, I can't even believe that after 7.5 years of the Republicans telling us, give us back Congress and the Senate and the presidency and we'll take care of this Obamacare mess, yet they ain't fixed nothing. And I don't think they plan on fixing anything. But there's other things that are going on in the news that probably nobody's heard about, because the Democrats... Now, this is the interesting part. Somebody on the Democratic side of the aisle proposed socialized medicine. Now, granted, it didn't pass. The surprising part is there were 0 yes votes. There were like 53 no votes and 47 that voted present, including Bernie Sanders. I have a question about that, though. Everybody knows Uncle Speedo is a socialist. He's never even hidden the fact that he was a socialist who would prefer that we were a socialized country. So why didn't he at least put his money where his mouth was instead of taking the safe vote? Because look, if they really didn't want it, they would have voted no. The fact that they voted present means that 47 of the 100 senators in this country right now, representing you, me, and everybody else, all really secretly want socialized medicine. They just know that if they vote for it, their political career is done. But why is Uncle Speedo worried about it? Everybody knows he's a socialist. Everyone knows that if there was a strong enough socialist party in this country, that's what he would have ran on this last time, is the socialist platform. But he knows there's not. But here's my thing, though, because everybody on social media talks about how we need socialized medicine in this country. I see hundreds of tweets about it every single day. They need to just give up and give us socialized medicine because we're the best country on the planet and we have the worst health care ever, blah, 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 blah. So, I mean, is it that, social media is a kind of a wind tunnel type thing or an echo chamber because you kind of only get what you want to hear out of it? Because trust me, I don't want to hear or read about socialized medicine all day, every day, but it doesn't change the fact that I normally do. But what struck me as interesting is all of these people that have supposedly been for it and thought that single payer was a really, really good idea had the chance to finally put their money where their mouth was, and they opted for never mind. So the good news is we don't have socialized medicine as of today. The bad news is the Republicans have no intention on fixing healthcare because ask yourself this question. When is the last time government actually fixed anything when it wasn't in their best interest to do so? All right, we've got to take the first break. We'll be back here in about 60 seconds. Stay tuned.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-553-8687. That's 800-553-8687. Again, 800-553-8687. 687.
Will you stand and fight beside me?
All right, America, we are back, and again, we are live. Now, in case you listen, in case you're new to the show, let's do the rundown here real quick. So we're on KLRNradio.com, where we're on every Sunday through Thursday at 11 p.m. Eastern. Unless, of course, I'm dying from something like a chipped tooth or all kinds of other things that do hit me from time to time. Then, of course, the show is also available on the Liberty... hang on. Talk America Radio Network, the Liberty Channel. That is Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. Eastern. Then we're available on the Lanterns Radio Network Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern, AMFM247.com, where we go out on 8 terrestrial stations as well as their internet stream, and that is available on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 2 p.m. Eastern. Then, of course, we are on the weekends on CRNTalk.com, where the show can be heard on their 11 million home reach, and available there Saturdays and Sundays, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central, 7 Pacific. And of course, there are plenty of podcast ways to listen. We'll go over those later in the show. If you like what you hear or you want to follow along, you can do that on Twitter by following along at AOTR_host. And that's actually the easiest way to keep up with me because I'm pretty much always on Twitter because it's on my phone. And, I don't really use Facebook much anymore. Mainly because, Facebook updates like every other day. And having an Android phone, this is the one thing that, because my son has an iPhone now. I personally won't ever own an iPhone because of all the weird things they do with your data. But my 16-year-old son decided, you know what? I want an iPhone. I was thinking, well, I thought I raised you better than that. But the interesting thing about that is, though, the iPhones, while they don't have the ability to expand storage like you do with an Android, they have more storage capacity than an Android does even without the SD card. Well, what drives me nuts is I put all of these things on my phone that I have to have because of the type of work that I do, and then Facebook goes and tries to update every 30 seconds, and it's like, oh, you don't have enough room for this update, and it gives me this list of files that is asking me if I want to delete them, and all of them are necessary for the work that I do, and I'm like, no, I don't want to delete those. It's like, well, we can't update your files then. I was just thinking, there should be a way that you could, when you're downloading a program, because I've looked for it and I can't find it, and I thought I found it once, and then it turns out it didn't do it anyway. There should be a way when you go to put a program on an Android phone that you can tell it, anytime you update this, please put it on the SD card. Because I have to take things off my phone, get everything updated that has to be updated, move whatever can be moved back over to the SD card, usually including the program that I'm trying to update. Then I have to go back and put all the crap that I just took off my phone back on my phone, because I have to have it. Because, I have to have things, like if I'm running around or there's a story that comes up and I want to try to do some man on the street stuff, which we've done from time to time. I have things on my phone to make those type of things possible. And I keep having to take them off because Facebook wants to update every single day. And you may wonder why I'm prattling on about Facebook. It's because I also saw something else today that made me say, I can't even. And that was Bannon talking about the fact that he thinks things like Facebook and Google should be regulated like utility businesses. And the first thing I said was, no, what the hell's the matter with you? This is exactly what I'm talking about. This was supposed to be the administration that got us out of the government overreach. They're supposed to be shrinking the government overreach, not making it worse. It's like everything else that the government does. They put this nice title on it that makes you think it's going to be good for you, like net neutrality. I want you to think about something for a second. When has the name of something that the government has named a project or a product or whatever you want to call it, when has that actually been what the product or project does? It usually does the exact opposite. So let's think about that for a second, because net neutrality, if the pattern holds, and we all know it's going to, then net neutrality will do things to make the internet less neutral, not more neutral. Just like the Affordable Care Act was anything but the Affordable Care Act. I'm still waiting for that $2,500 a year savings. Where's that at? Because that's what's driving me crazy right now about all of this. Is, the Democrats, they keep saying that we're the ones that don't have solutions. You guys are the ones that made this mess, not us. You passed it in the dead of night when no one was around with your majority vote, and when you couldn't get it to go through the right way, you did it by hook or by crook by calling for reconciliation. And now we're the ones that don't have any ideas. Look, I get it. I'm just as mad at the GOP as everybody else is, because they've had 7.5 years to plan for this. The same people that voted 60-plus times for a clean repeal of Obamacare just shot down the same clean repeal of Obamacare. There were 7 Republicans that voted against the clean repeal for Obamacare. Sadly, one of them was John McCain, which is not surprising to me, but upsetting, because I just spent most of the last 2 weeks defending the man to the crazy people that wished he would die from his cancer, or thought he was better off, or the world would be better off if he had died in Vietnam. And yet he comes back, calls for bipartisan unity, and then refuses to vote yes for something that he voted yes on before. It's not going to do any good, folks, because if we don't get this fixed, the primaries aren't going to matter, because we're going to lose seats in the House and the Congress, because it's what the GOP ran on for 7.5 years, and they haven't been able to do it. But I will tell you this, if by some miracle we do not lose seats, then we need to primary the idiots that just voted against the clean repeal of Obamacare. Because now we have this thing called the skinny Obamacare, or the skinny repeal, or whatever the hell they're calling it this 5 minutes. And even Chucky Schumer's like, if we're going to do this, we might as well just do the full repeal. And I'm over here going, yes, please, can we just do the full repeal? Because that's what you morons ran on. We held rallies. We rallied for you. I talked you guys up on the radio for 7 flipping years. And yeah, I almost said a word that I shouldn't have. But I'm not angry, because we're getting screwed. But we're right back to where we always wind up. When does the government actually fix anything that it isn't in their best interest to fix? And why would the government want to fix health care when they have us exactly where they want us? Don't believe me? Look at the Charlie Gard situation going on over in Great Britain right now. That is where we are going to be sooner rather than later if we do not put a stop to this crap today. And I know everybody in the country right now is wiping the brow and They didn't vote for socialized medicine. No, but 47 of them wanted to, and they knew if they did it, it would be political suicide, so they voted present instead. You might as well count all 47 of those, other than Uncle Speedo, a yes vote, because Uncle Speedo should have had the balls to vote yes, and he didn't do it. What are you trying to hide, Bernie? Everybody knows that you are a socialist. You ran on the idea of being a democratic socialist. Which, I'm sorry, there's really not much difference between a democratic socialist and a regular socialist. Whether anybody tells you otherwise or not is irrelevant, because once things start becoming socialized, they're going to continue to become socialized. It's one of the reasons why for the longest time, even though it was done well before my lifetime, I railed against Social Security. Look, don't take this money out of my check, put it into the supposed lockbox, and tell me you know better what to do with it than I do. No, that's BS. Give me my money. I work for my money. You don't work for my money. Let me invest it. Folks, this is the lie that we've bought into as far as the government is concerned. And I'm gonna do for you guys, because I know some of you are younger. So I'm gonna do for you guys what my dad did for me, and I was too stupid to listen. But I've realized now that if I had listened, I would be in a completely different boat than I am today. If it wasn't for the fact that we have all of this stupid money being taken out of our check for all of these things that we can't really afford to pay for anyway, then if you, as someone who works for a living, would take $20 each time that you get paid and put it into a savings account and leave it there and never touch it, by the time you are ready to retire, you could have over $1 million in the bank simply by setting aside $20 a paycheck. Now, I don't know about the rest of you, but the government takes a hell of a lot more than $20 a paycheck away from me in taxes, and it's money that I never see again. Some of it is the Social Security lockbox, which doesn't exist, by the way, and the rest of it is just money that they decide they need more than I do. And I'm tired of that. I really am, because they don't have any idea what they're doing. Nobody in D.C. has a clue, save maybe 2 or 3 people, as to what it is that they are doing and what it is that they should be doing. And I'm tired of all of it all the way around, because it's a mess and it's a nightmare, and it's to the point where I just don't even know what to say anymore, because I've given everything I had to getting the Republican Party to where they are right now. And they're going to do nothing with it. All right, well, the good news is, since I ran out of stuff to say, we got to take a break anyway. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. Don't worry, I really haven't run out of things to say. I'm just running out of things to say about the GOP, because they're nuts, and I'm about done dealing with them. We'll be right back, folks. Stay tuned.
The following message contains a special offer for listeners of this station. Are you a man over 40? Are you constantly looking for the nearest bathroom? Do you wake up multiple times a night to use the bathroom? Right now, Perfect Prostate is sending out free bottles of their groundbreaking new formula to listeners of this station. Perfect Prostate formula was developed by medical doctor Mitchell Fleischer, and its ingredients have been clinically studied to reduce your frequent nighttime bathroom visits and promote healthy urine flow. Right now, preferred customers get their first bottle of Perfect Prostate absolutely free. There's nothing to lose. Perfect Prostate is guaranteed to reduce that constant urge to use the bathroom, especially at night, and promote healthy urine flow. Don't wait. Call now for your free bottle. Just pay shipping and processing. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251. Supplies are limited. 1 free bottle per household. Call now. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 $3 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps stand ready to defend the American way of life. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hey folks, I want to introduce you to a friend of mine, Dr. Richard Harden. We are on the same mission, which is waking up America. We just have different paths. So stay tuned for some information on how you can keep up with Richard and all his work.
Visit Richard's website at raharden.com. That's the World Wide Web at RAHARDIN.com. At his website, you can see a summary of the 6 books he has written, where purchases may be made. He also has a link to 18 videos on YouTube and several blogs about Christian beliefs. If you prefer, visit Amazon.com/Kindle and type in Richard Harden to see and purchase his books.
Man, I can always tell when there's lots of things in the news and lots of things for me to talk about, because it's like I look up and we're almost halfway through the show and I don't even know how we got here. All right, so we're rounding the corner towards the bottom of the hour, but I think I have enough time to get this story in before the break. And this one actually just came across the wire for me. I heard somebody was actually talking about it earlier this morning, but I just noticed it. The LA Times put out an article today that apparently their assistant attorney general was actually found to be in possession of child pornography. All I'm going to say about that, because there are plenty of things that I could say, but all I'm really going to say about that is if this winds up being a true statement and he really was trafficking and partaking in child pornography, there are 2 things I think should be done. The first thing is chemical castration, because it's going to be really hard to act on any urges about children if you no longer have the ability to produce testosterone, which we all know is taken out with castration. That also works with chemical castration. And I know some of you are saying, but Rick, chemicals, that's not nearly cruel enough. You're right, it's probably not. I mean, we could make him a eunuch. I really don't care. All I know is I'm getting tired of the crazies being treated as if they're normal. I literally have seen more people coming out of the woodwork lately talking about how just because people are attracted to children doesn't make them pedophiles. It's not our fault. We're born this way. We're wired to love children. Just shut the hell up. This is exactly what we knew was going to happen. Those of us that have been sitting back for the last 25 years watching things slowly shift the way that it's been shifting have all been like, you guys don't understand. When we normalize this one fringe group way over here that is really doing things that are not normal. Look, I have friends that are homosexual. I have family that's homosexual. I'm not judging them. I'm not saying anything that they don't already know that I think. It's not that I don't love them. It's not that I don't think they're human. It's not that I don't think that they're people. It's just I don't agree with what it is that they're doing. Now, I know some of you are like, but that's none of our business. But see, here's the problem. Because once you've moved it an inch, that's the problem. When you give an inch, they're going to take more. So now we're starting to hear all of these stories about all of these different things that everybody thought were no big deal. I mean, we're literally talking about, if you lump it all back together with the LGBTQ, LMNOP, WKYXZ, whatever you want to say, then we're talking about maybe 1% of the population. So why is it that every time I turn on a TV show anymore, I can't not get away from seeing a gay couple on every TV show? Like, there's one that my wife and I just really started getting into. It was on Netflix. It's Night Shift. It's put out by NBC. Really, really great show. I really enjoy it. But they spent the whole first season, one of the underlying storylines was the fact that there was one of the doctors who's an Army Reserve doctor who also happened to be homosexual. And he was afraid to come out of the closet because he's an Army doctor when he's not a regular doctor. Why does everything have to be about gay people? I'm so tired of it. And now we have this going on in, well, I'm not really surprised it was California, but apparently, and this is according to the LA Times, California Deputy Attorney General has been charged in San Diego federal court with possessing child pornography at his Coronado home. Raymond Joseph Liddy, age 53, was arrested Tuesday and has pled not guilty. He was granted release in lieu of a $100,000 bond during an arraignment the same day and placed on home detention with GPS monitoring. The Attorney General's office said in a statement Wednesday that it was aware of the matter and that Liddy was placed on administrative leave. The investigation began after an electronic service provider sent a tip to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children in January that a user had uploaded an image that appeared to be child pornography. According to the complaint, about a month later, another service provider sent a similar tip to the organization reporting that a user had uploaded 10 such images via a messaging program. The tips were then forwarded to the San Diego Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force, which traced the activity to a home in Coronado. Investigators dug deeper into the user's emails and chat logs and found the person portrayed himself as a 48-year-old married man with children, although his user profile also indicated he was 52, the complaint says. When two FBI agents and a task force officer interviewed Liddy at his home on Tuesday, he admitted to using internet services by the first provider and the screen name associated with the second provider, as well as other linked email addresses, according to the complaint. He said he used the screen name and other aliases to share sexual fantasies online, saying he often downloaded sexual images but deleted them shortly thereafter. The complaint states he said he might have forwarded some of the images before deleting them, the document says. He further explained that most of the images were of adults, but that it is possible some may have been of children, the complaint states. Investigators then served a search warrant on his home and found numerous photographs on a computer and a thumb drive of minors engaged in sexual conduct. Most of them were adults, but maybe a couple of them were children. Ugh. One was an image of a nude girl blindfolded with her hands bound together, the document says. And I'm not reading any more of that because I'm just going to start... But anyway. But this is what happens. When you allow the needle of the moral compass to be moved, it continues to move. And I understand that some of you right now are mad that I'm saying this. Some of you are unfollowing me on Twitter as we speak because I've seen my count drop by 4. Good news is, at least I know you were listening, but I guess the bad news is, you apparently don't like what I have to say. I don't care, I'm going to say it anyway. Look, again, I have friends that are homosexuals, but when you allow the needle to move, it's going to keep moving. And then you have to decide when you're going to stop it. But the problem is, even if you decide to stop it, let's say this generation doesn't take this part of it any further. So there's no, all of a sudden you can marry your cell phone, you can marry your cat, you can marry a child. But what happens 20 years from now? 25 years from now, when it's been in the news over and over and over again, and you're inundated with it, and you see it every day? Because they really didn't start making the big push about putting homosexuality on every freaking TV show until they knew they were getting close to the tipping point. They've now had an entire generation of children growing up watching gay people make out on TV. I literally was talking to one of my cousins the other day who was telling me that she was watching a show on Nickelodeon where there were junior high school girls practicing kissing on each other. Because it was the new hip cool thing to do on Nickelodeon. So I want you to think about that while we go to break. Because that's what's going to happen in a few short years if we're not careful with the other crazy things that are out there just waiting in the wings to be told all of a sudden that they're normal too. So I want you to think about that long and hard. How much further are you willing to let the envelope be pushed? And we'll talk about the reason we're going over this is because the last part of the show is going to be being spent on a rather huge topic that circles around the same areas. But we're long, so we've got to take a break. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. We'll be back in about 4 minutes. Everyone loves liberty. Our rights come from God, not the government. So why are you letting other people tell you what's best for your health care? Exercise your freedom with Liberty Health Share. Liberty Health Share is a community of people who voluntarily share one another's medical costs. Liberty Health Share is founded on the idea that most people truly want to help one another. Healthcare sharing allows members to do just that as a true community that supports one another in times of need. Liberty believes people should make decisions for themselves and their families. Members are able to take back the freedom to make their own decisions about their health care. Freedom from guilt or doubt about how your money is used. You have the freedom to direct your health care, not to be dictated to by bureaucrats. Stop letting others tell you what to do and join a community of like-minded people. Exercise your freedom. Join Liberty Health Share and take back the control of your health care while helping those around you. Call Liberty at 855-58-LIBERTY. Again, that's 855-58-LIBERTY for more information, or you can check them out at libertyhealthshare.org. Again, that's libertyhealthshare.org.
The following message contains a special offer for listeners of this station. Are you a man over 40? Are you constantly looking for the nearest bathroom? Do you wake up multiple times a night to use the bathroom? Right now, Perfect Prostate is sending out free bottles of their groundbreaking new formula to listeners of this station. Perfect Prostate formula was developed by medical doctor Mitchell Fleischer, and its ingredients have been clinically studied to reduce your frequent nighttime bathroom visits and promote healthy urine flow. Right now, preferred customers get their first bottle of Perfect Prostate absolutely free. There's nothing to lose. Perfect Prostate is guaranteed to reduce that constant urge to use the bathroom, especially at night, and promote healthy urine flow. Don't wait. Call now for your free bottle. Just pay shipping and processing. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251. Supplies are limited. One free bottle per household. Call now. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps stand ready to defend the American way of life. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hey folks, I want to introduce you to a friend of mine, Dr. Richard Harden. We are on the same mission, which is waking up America. We just have different paths. So stay tuned for some information on how you can keep up with Richard and all his work.
Visit Richard's website at raharden.com. That's the World Wide Web at RAHARDIN.com. At his website, you can see a summary of the 6 books he has written, where purchases may be made. He also has a link to 18 videos on YouTube and several blogs about Christian beliefs. If you prefer, visit Amazon.com/Kindle and type in Richard Harden to see and purchase his books.
Welcome back, America. So we've still got lots of stuff to talk about. Unfortunately, I was ranty in that last segment, so we ran really, really long. So we're gonna have to do a short segment to try to get back on track. We may not take the break at exactly when we're supposed to, but I'll still have to take this next one because it's a network break. I don't really have a choice. But we have lots of things to talk about, and one of them happens to be the fact that Donald Trump has rolled back some of the Obama administration's transgendered regulations in regards to the military. And, of course, as usual, Chelsea Clinton came out and talked about how Donald Trump has done nothing to advocate for LGBTQ, LMNOP, minority groups. And then, of course, we have the person that everyone else likes to call Chelsea. I still call him Bradley because chromosomes don't lie, Bradley. That's the name you were born with. That's the name your parents gave you. And that's the name that you were given because God gave you a twig and berries between your legs when you were born. That makes you a boy. Whether you like it or not, that makes you a boy. So, as far as you going around and telling everybody that you're going to be the transgendered spokesperson, let's not forget something. You were actually found guilty of espionage. So, before you start telling everybody else how they should act...
You can act like a man! What's the matter with you?
You can act like like you were born a man, instead of running around D.C. with midnight blue lipstick on and talking about how great it is to be transgendered, even if Trump doesn't respect you. Look, whether you guys like it or not, now granted, again, unfortunately, this will likely change, because it wasn't too long ago that the same thing was found true of homosexuality. It was actually deemed by the professional medical and psychiatric community to be a mental disorder. But because people continue to be exposed to it, continue to be bombarded with it, continue to be told that, hey, it's okay, it's just two consenting adults doing whatever they want to do behind closed doors, but that's never really where it stays. So they've changed the classification of that. For right now, being transgendered is still considered, or wanting to be transgendered is still being considered a mental disorder, as well it should be. Does anybody remember MASH? Anybody remember the character played by Jamie Farr, Corporal Klinger, who used to go out of his way to to wear a dress? Of course, it was mainly for laughs on that particular show, but it was because at the time you could be discharged for cross-dressing because it's a mental disorder. Now, I don't care if you like what I'm saying. That's not why I do this, but it's the truth. And before anybody starts yelling at me about all of the great transgendered people that have been in the military, most of the people that I know that have been in the military that were transgendered, that usually happens after they get out and they retired. Now, there are a couple of exceptions, but I'm sorry, when you're talking about battlefield readiness, and you're talking about people that have to work closely with one another, the last thing that you really need is somebody who is mentally unbalanced. If you are so confused about who you are that you're not sure what gender you should be, the last thing you need to be is on a fire base in the middle of a desert. Now, if you want to get in the military and do some nice little safe desk job, I really don't care. But the thing that I'm really starting to wonder is how many of these people are signing up for the military because they think at some point the military is going to help them pay for all of their reassignment surgeries and they're going to foot the bill for it. And if that's the case, then that's something else that we need to nip in the bud, because that isn't an elective surgery. It's not life-threatening. It doesn't hamper your ability to perform your duty just because you either do or do not have a penis. And it's crazy talk. I'm tired of all the crazy talk. It really is this simple. I mean, look, it's not rocket surgery, folks. If you look down, whatever you see is what you are. If you have the twig and berries, then you're a boy. If you don't, then you're a girl. Now, if you decide to have reassignment surgery to change that, then that's on you. But don't expect the rest of the world to bend to the fact that you're insane. We've been doing that enough. We need to draw the line somewhere, and I say we draw it here. Doesn't have anything to do with civil rights, human rights, any of that. I'm not saying that because they still have the same rights one way or the other. But what I am saying is we need to stop coddling people that have apparent mental disorders. Because if you are really messed up so much in the head that you think it's a good idea to chop your penis off, then I'm sorry, you are literally messed up in the head. There's no other way to say it. All right, we got to take another break. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. We'll be back in about 2 minutes.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-553-8687. That's 800-553-8687. Again, 800-553-8687.
Everyone loves liberty. Our rights come from God, not the government. So why are you letting other people tell you what's best for your health care? Exercise your freedom with Liberty Health Share. Liberty Health Share is a community of people who voluntarily share one another's medical costs. Liberty Health Share is founded on the idea that most people truly want to help one another. Healthcare sharing allows members to do just that as a true community that supports one another in times of need. Liberty believes people should make decisions for themselves and their families. Members are able to take back the freedom to make their own decisions about their health care. Freedom from guilt or doubt about how your money is used. You have the freedom to direct your health care, not to be dictated to by bureaucrats. Stop letting others tell you what to do and join a community of like-minded people. Exercise your freedom. Join Liberty Health Share and take back the control of your health care while helping those around you. Call Liberty at 855-58-LIBERTY. Again, that's 855-58-LIBERTY for more information, or you can check them out at libertyhealthshare.org. Again, that's libertyhealthshare.org. Alright folks, welcome back. Well, we're rounding the corner to the end of the show, so as promised, just in case you are new to the show and you want to find out how to keep up with it when we're not live or not streaming through another platform, you can do so by following along either on iHeartRadio, iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, FM Player, Google Play Music, Pocket Cast, Blueberry, and I know there's at least 2 or 3 others that I'm forgetting, so let's just do this the easy way. I think from now on I'm just going to say, look, pretty much every podcast service known to man, we're probably there. If you can find one that we're not on, shoot me an email at rick@klrnradio.com and I'll make sure we're there. That way I can just start saying, look, wherever you can find podcasts, that's where we are. All right, so on the way out, we have one other topic I wanted to touch on today, and that is, of course, this guy who is back in the middle.
Scaramouche, will you do the fandango?
Scaramouche, he's at it again. Scaramucci, I think is how you actually really pronounce his name, has been on a tirade today. Apparently he called out Reince Priebus and said that he was like bipolar or something. And then he said that he's not Bannon, he's not out to build a brand for himself, and he's not gonna perform fellatio on himself. Yeah, I can't really say it the way he said it, so it loses something in translation. But you know what I mean, and you know what he said. So in other words, we now have another bull in the china shop, because everybody, remember, that's what we used to say about Trump. He was the guy that was basically the bull in the china shop. He was going to go in, tear things up, break things, and then figure out a way to put it back together. Except now we have still more tearing and breaking, but no fixings. I mean, what are we supposed to do when you have the guy that's running the country and his comms director that literally sound like they're from The Sopranos? I mean, you know what? Say what you want. Look, I've even seen diehard Trump supporters that are over it because of the treatment of folks like Sessions and Priebus. I mean, I literally saw a tweet storm by somebody today who I didn't even know who she was till I saw the tweet storm. But by the time she was done, she said, you know what? Look, I actually helped organize things for Trump. I've met with Trump. I had a Trump sticker on my phone from day one. That has now been torn off my phone because I don't like what they are doing at the White House with the infighting amongst their staff. I don't like the fact that Reince Priebus and Jeff Sessions are basically being lambasted. This is not what we signed up for. And I told her, I said, look, you know what, I know that you're probably going to have quite a few people that are going to unfollow you over this, but you've earned a follow here. But I have to be honest, I was actually never Trump until the day that he got elected. I can't be never Trump anymore because I won't root for the country to fail. But at the same time, that doesn't mean I have to rubber stamp everything that the guy does or says. And that's why my Twitter following is bipolar right now, because I'll say something pro-Trump and be up 20 or 30, say something anti-Trump, be down 50. I stopped paying attention to it. Because this isn't about building a following to me. This is about being truthful. And the truthful reaction to what's going on right now, especially with Sessions, is that Trump got his feelings hurt because he doesn't think there should be a special counsel. But the problem is that Sessions had to recuse himself. No matter whether Trump thinks he should have or not is irrelevant, because he had to, because he was an active participant on the campaign. When people tell you that, and you still will not listen to them, and you still openly attack your sitting attorney general on a regular basis, there is a problem in this country. There is a problem in this country when you literally have someone who is supposed to be the comms director for the White House talking about how he's going to fire everybody. I'm going to fire all of them. They're all going to be fired by me. This is what we signed up for, America? Because no, this is not what I signed up for. I signed up for putting the country back together. I signed up for getting rid of Obamacare so that we didn't have this nightmare hanging around our necks anymore. I signed up for more jobs. I signed up for American production houses again because those are the things that he promised. He was going to bring manufacturing back to America. Now, as part of the rush to pass a million things, the House has just passed an appropriations bill to put, I believe it was somewhere upwards of a couple $1 billion towards building the wall. What happened to the Mexicans paying for the wall? I thought Mexico was going to pay for that. Why are Americans having to pay for it? Why do we even need a wall when we have technology in place that if we would just enforce the laws that we have now and upgrade our technology at the border, we wouldn't even need a physical wall? But we want the physical wall because it makes it look cooler, I guess. It's a visual reminder to the American people that Donald Trump did something that he said he was going to do. Well, if he doesn't get his head out of his rectum, that's going to be the only thing that he accomplishes in 4 years. If he even gets it done. It'll be like the Obama administration. He had all of these plans, all of these things that he said he was going to get done. The one thing he had left by the time he got out was Obamacare, because everything else was a train wreck. Now Obamacare is a complete and total train wreck, just like we knew it was going to be, and yet the right is doing nothing to fix it other than lamenting the fact that the Democrats won't work with them to fix it. The Democrats don't want it to be fixed. Hell, for that matter, most of the Republicans don't want it to be fixed because it's their key to socialized medicine. We've been telling you guys that for a very, very long time. All right, one last break, and we'll come back to close out the show. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. We'll be back here in just about 3 minutes. Don't go away.
Special offer for listeners of this station. Are you a man over 40? Are you constantly looking for the nearest bathroom? Do you wake up multiple times a night to use the bathroom? Right now, Perfect Prostate is sending out free bottles of their groundbreaking new formula to listeners of this station. Perfect Prostate formula was developed by medical doctor Mitchell Fleischer, and its ingredients have been clinically studied to reduce your frequent nighttime bathroom visits and promote healthy urine flow. Right now, preferred customers get their first bottle of Perfect Prostate absolutely free. There's nothing to lose. Perfect Prostate is guaranteed to reduce that constant urge to use the bathroom, especially at night, and promote healthy urine flow. Don't wait. Call now for your free bottle. Just pay shipping and processing. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251. Supplies are limited. One free bottle per household. Call now. Dial 1-800-675-0251. That's 1-800-675-0251.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps stand ready to defend the American way of life. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hey folks, I want to introduce you to a friend of mine, Dr. Richard Harden. We are on the same mission, which is waking up America. We just have different paths. So stay tuned for some information on how you can keep up with Richard and all his work.
Visit Richard's website at raharden.com. That's the World Wide Web at RAHARDIN.com. At his website, you can see a summary of the 6 books he has written, where purchases may be made. He also has a link to 18 videos on YouTube and several blogs about Christian beliefs. If you prefer, visit Amazon.com/Kindle and type in Richard Harden to see and purchase his books.
All right, folks, welcome back. Well, we are just about out of time for the America Off the Rails show for this evening. This, again, is the Thursday edition, so I'll be back with you Monday night. We will be talking about, well, I'm sure the latest things in the news then, but don't forget to tune in tomorrow night for the Robinson and Wright show right here on KLRNradio.com. And again, I mean, look, I don't know what your political persuasion is. I don't know if you're for Trump, you're against Trump. Look, I'm not wishing for the man to fail. I just wish he would stop acting like he's still in campaign mode, because he's got to stop being the leg breaker at some point and actually start trying to be the president. And I'm not sure he knows how to do that. That's what concerns me, is I really don't think that he understands that at this point, maybe that's why he brought in the comms director that he has. Maybe he's going to let him start being the bull in the china shop. But that's not going to help at this point, because anything he does is going to reflect on the president. So it's still going to be Trump's fault anyway. Look, folks, whether you like him, you hate him, whatever the case may be, he's still president. And he's going to be that. He's going to be that for at least 4 more years. And if the left doesn't quit stealing slogans from people like Papa John's, it may be even longer than that. Unless we can't get this healthcare thing dealt with, and then I'm sure there'll be some shakeups in the midterms. Now, if you're like me, you're not sure what to do anymore, and you just really don't know, I encourage you to check out a couple of different places. There's the Federalist Coalition. You can also check out the Federalist Party. The Federalist Coalition is not actually a political party. It's more of a political activities group. And it actually is a group designed around the idea of reminding people that, things like the Constitution matter. The Federalist Party, however, is actually a political party, but I encourage you to look into their platform, because their plan is They're going to try to start small and local and grow outwards instead of trying to throw everything in all at once. As a matter of fact, they already have made a pledge to everybody that in the event that they realize they can't win an election at a national level, they won't even try to float a candidate. All right, well, again, that's going to do it for this particular episode of America Off the Rails. I will see you guys when I see you, and we'll be back live tomorrow night for Robinson and Wright. Stay tuned. Right up next, well, actually, we used to do the Rhino Report up next, and I always forget that we've moved it to earlier. So, never mind, folks. I'm rambling. I'm out.
I hate this place. Nothing works here. The medications don't work. I've been here for 7 years.
Fire and brimstone coming down from the sky. Rivers and seas boiling. 40 years of darkness, earthquakes, volcanoes. The dead rising from the grave. Human sacrifice. Dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria.
Giggity giggity. Giggity good. Stick around.